Yes, I'm unmuted. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk NMB. I'm so happy to see everyone that's on here today. The tour de force, our kids, our police department, and our community. Thank you so much for being here. Today's focus is really going to be on let's just talk about our police department, our PAL program, our Explorer program, how it is that we engage the kids, and overall just the interaction as we go about in this partnership and in this oneness of getting things going, and how our community responds together as we move along North Miami Beach. As we get onto the conversation, I want to recognize that Commissioner Fortuna Smuckler is on the talk, and just sent me a text that says, I love the manager. I'm only kidding. She says, I love the Explorers and our PD department. Anyway, DC Prescott, welcome. I want to turn it over to you and to Major Rand, and let's just have a conversation, all right, about what's about our outreach and how we are within the community.
Absolutely. First of all, thank you very much for having me, Manager. I want to say thank you also to Commissioner Smuckler, and good afternoon to everyone that's on the call. I see a lot of familiar faces and some not so familiar, but thank you for being here and thank you for having us. On the call with us today, we have Major Richard Rand, Commander John Falome, and Linda Roberts, and a few of our PAL and participants, and also a few support. Currently, right now, it's the current state of affairs that's occurring, nationally and also in the world. We see that there's a lot of question about, how should we as law enforcement continue to provide services and to also engage with the community. I'm here to tell you today that, I'm very proud to be a member of this police department, a proud member to be a city employee, and I'm proud to live here in South Florida. We as employees or professionals in the city of North Miami Beach, we pride ourselves on the positive work and the positive engagement that we have with our community. Just to start off, to let you know that we also have that it starts with our selection process. When we go out, we try to engage with the community. We try to we've launched a very comprehensive recruiting plan that encompasses not only going after candidates that are looking for just a regular job in law enforcement, but we make sure we get the right person to wear this uniform and wear this badge here in the city of North Miami Beach. We go after individuals that are psychology majors, even in the medical profession. We go after individuals that are actually professionals somewhere else. Additionally, we start with the youth. Okay, the youth here in this city. You got to remember, the youth are, they're 50% of the population, but they're 100% of our future. And if everything that we put in to our youth and provide them with all the information and everything for them to be successful helps us all to be successful. So we engage with them in many ways, and part of it is in order to get them to try to either make a decision to become a law enforcement officer or to become another productive member of society in some other profession. We start off by having communications with them through the PAL program, and also through the Explorer program. With us today, we have John Falome, and I want John just to start off and touch base a little bit about the program. We have a nationally recognized Explorer program. It's been like that for years. John has done a fantastic job in recruiting, training, and keeping in contact with all of our explorers. And he'll explain to you, where many of our explorers have gone and the true essence of what our program is about. After that, also, I know you also heard from Linda Roberts a few weeks ago about the PAL program, all the great things that the PAL program does, and how we're able to engage with many of the young adults and young children in our community and surrounding communities in PAL. But I'd like her just to go ahead and touch base also, so we can all have a full understanding, because police work is not just about enforcing laws or writing a ticket or making an arrest. I myself have, every time when I used to, well, I still make I'm still very active out there, but a lot of times the officers, when they back me up, they'll say, "Oh my gosh, Chief, you still do it and you still talk a lot." And I that's a compliment, because I do take my time and try to impart whatever wisdom that I have or whatever I can do to help the individuals that I've made contact with, so they can walk away with a positive experience with me and with the city of North Miami Beach. And I can tell you that many, and if not all of our officers, strive to do that every single day that we make contact with citizens or anybody in the community. So, John, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you.
But not to interrupt you, DC, but I can testify to that, because I've been riding in your vehicle before when you pulled over a young man, and then when you were finished with him, you called his mama, who came to get him, and he was crying. So yeah, yes. I can attest to that. Yeah. Oh yeah, you remember that?
I'm surprised you remember that one. Yes. That was, and that's what we try to do, because we try to make a connection, and it's not just about writing a ticket. If I would have just written the citation, it's about changing behavior and opening, someone's eyes. As long as you can make a connection with someone, and you get them to think about something else or something positive, you've done a service.
Yeah.
And we're not looking for accolades. We don't do this job to be placed on, to win all these awards, which sometimes they're very nice and we really like to be acknowledged. But at the end of the day, we go home, and I know I personally, when I look in the mirror before I go to sleep, I like to know that I've done a great job today, that I feel as though that I did something positive. So, having a conversation as an example with that particular individual that day, did make me feel good, because he was very wrong, and what he was doing was arrestable. And I didn't want to go that route, because I felt as though that having a conversation and getting his parents involved would probably be a little bit more
worse, yeah.
A little bit more serious for him, because his mother was very supportive, and that's what it takes. It takes the community, it takes the parents, it takes the neighbor, it takes everybody to get involved and have these conversations, along with community patrol and community policing officers, and that's something else I'll touch.
In the very few minutes left.
Yeah, the very few minutes left. Absolutely.
Right. I know that we have John.
Yes,
you
John.
introduced John before. John, welcome. Commander.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'll keep it short. We have a wonderful community engagement program through our Community Affairs Bureau, which offers a lot of our youth, different opportunities to keep them engaged in positive activities and so forth. I can say this, and I'm proud to say it, because I am a product of this city. I'm a product of what doing the right thing, does, especially for our youth. Because when I came to the city at the age of 15 years old, just looking for a place just to get away from the hard streets of city of Miami, this department embraced me. I grew within this department as an explorer. And even now that I'm gonna put my age out there. Now that I'm 37 years old, I get to still see the same people, like the Deputy Chief Prescott, who, when I first joined this agency, he was a sergeant, and now he's our Deputy Chief, and Major Rand, who was a detective at the time, and now he's the major. And Manager Scott, you yourself, when I first joined as an explorer, I used to see him, Manager Scott, at the details when he was the Director of Public Service. And and so forth. You can tell a lot of stories like that, because we do, especially with our teams and our explorers, you teach them that, it does take a village to raise a child, and it does take the right decision making, the right moves, and doing, the right things in life that's good, that can get you to where you need to be. Almost 15 years ago, I never knew that I would be in this position now. I mean, years later, look who I am. If I was that little 15-year-old kid that got invited to an Explore program and who got to sit in front of a North Miami Beach police car and witness what law enforcement is about, see the kind of work that police does in the community. That's the only thing that I can reflect through these programs that we're in charge of. It's just keeping us engaged. I mean, it's several programs that we even partnership, because it's not just about our Explore program, our leaders. They really push us to do more. We need to figure out more. So that's why we partner with programs like the 5,000 Role Model Program. We partner with Big Brothers and Big Sisters. We have the Bigs in Blue, where law enforcement officers are mentoring kids in schools. It's just keeping them engaged, because as a youth, I can tell you the names of all of my resource officers when I was growing up in the city of Miami. And Ms. Roberts should know that, because she'll know about names like, even one of them is our commissioner now, Polly Villard. You'll know names about Harvey Narian. I know names about Officer Smith, Officer Davis Tucker Brown, Officer Sean Brown from Miami-Dade County. Those are the kind of stuff that you want your teens to know. And when we put that type of time into our youth, they remember that. They even grow, and they grow older. And the one thing about, especially our programs that we have here in our city, and I love them so much, is that even when you're out on the street, whether you're not in this uniform or you're out and about, you can see the kids who will come up to you and say, "Commander Falome, oh my God, it's you. I remember you gave us that speech at our Parks and Rec program. I remember you from the football league." And that's the kind of stuff that you really, really want our teens to worry about, to actually implement that in them, because that value that they have. And this is what this city gave me, just a value. And it's a pleasure and honor to be in charge of our Explore program, which now they're branching everywhere. We have explorers who are police officers. We have the explorers who are in criminal justice, who are in the military, who are public servants now, who are doing so much. And it's just, it's an honor to actually see that happening, because it happened to me.
Yeah, something, Commander, not to interrupt, but I remember some years ago that you did a memo that outlined where every single person was. In fact, I think one of your explorers is currently on serving in a police capacity.
Yeah, we have two police. Yeah, we have two police officers here currently serving in our city as police officers.
Let me ask you something, because I see a lot of young people on here. Are there any explorers who are on here with you today?
Yes, you'll see some of them that says, I think the titles that says North Miami Beach Explorers. I have a couple of them that are here. They're muted their cameras, but they're on here.
Okay, one who is not unmuted or not shy, I'd love to speak with them about what the Explorer program means to them.
Okay, Daphne, you're on. Major St. Jules.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're muted now. You get the city manager would like to talk to you about the program.
Okay.
Okay, so tell us briefly about your experience as an explorer, because she's the leading explorer now. She's actually the major who's in charge of our explorers.
Oh, okay. Welcome.
Hello, good day, everyone. My experience on being an explorer, the first time I joined, I wasn't really sure what I was getting myself into, but as days go by and every Thursday I'm there, I'm enjoying myself, and I just love being around the advisors who are there to teach us not only about the tactics that we use or any training advice, they also give us life advice. And I just love being around them because I learn a lot, and I just learn different aspects or like different point of views of everybody's opinion on certain situations.
And how old are you?
She got muted again.
She's gone to mute again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mute again.
I'm 18. I'm sorry.
Okay, and leading this group of people, and I see how dedicated you are. Each time I pass by the breezeway and I see you guys doing the stuff that you do, it's just awesome. Just want to commend you for what you do. And I know that Sharon and Jan and others will join me in saying girl power. So congratulations there. That's real awesome stuff. And I know that there was before Commander, there was it McGee?
Carney.
Alice
Tom
McGill.
Carney.
Yes, Alice McGill and Tom Carney.
Alice McGill
Yes.
was heading up the effort. So that's good. And so Commander, I look forward to seeing some more of that kind of stuff, to see where our explorers have gone on, what they have done.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's been a great story for North Miami Beach.
Absolutely. And Major, if I can do it real quick, I'd like to congratulate Major St. Jules. She's about to graduate high school next week.
Okay, good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, from all of us. I know that we had spoken with Linda Roberts last time, and Linda, you're here again just to talk to us a little bit about the PAL program, what's happening there. And I know I see some young people there who I think may be affiliated with the program.
Yes, a number of them have joined in. We talk constantly on a Zoom call. Police Athletic League has been around this year, and it's going to be our 5th year with North Miami Beach. I am the executive director for the Police Athletic League here, as well as the regional director for the state of Florida, and the second vice president for the National Police Athletic League. But we try to make sure that we do everything, as well as partner and piggyback and tag team with John and with the Explorers, and making sure that our youth are getting everything that they need to succeed. Whether it's talking to them every day, whether it's conversating on a Zoom, making sure that they're involved in activities that we may have, especially now and what's happening now in our societies and in our world. And it is very imperative that we make contact and keep contact with our youth, and making sure that they're doing the right thing, and seeing the faces of the chief, the deputy chief, the major that's always engaging with our children, the city manager faces, and making sure that we're talking to them, the national office CEO, and making sure that these kids are involved in not only just here, but worldwide, and making sure that they understand it's a vast variety of things that they can look forward to doing in life, and not just maybe here, but out when they go to college. We have students that are graduating this year. Jayla's graduating. We have our golf expert that's graduating and received scholarships to colleges. Unfortunate for them, the things that have happened for all of our graduating youngsters, as George graduating from middle school to high school. That's a big deal.
All right, George.
Making sure that these kids, know that we're here for them, and that we continue to do this. Yes, our programs have ceased just a bit, but we're making sure that we stay in contact with them by phone calls, by Zoom calls, by text, by just stopping by their homes and blowing the horn and say, we just needed to see you. Making sure that when there's accidents in our families of PAL, that we're there, they know we're there. When there's hardship, that they know we're there, and doing everything that we can through the city of North Miami Beach, through the police department, that we are there through our personal partners with each organization, whether it's with the Explorers or whether it's with the Police Athletic League, to make sure that these kids understand that there's a voice that can listen, that can speak to them, and there's an ear that can listen to them, and making sure that they do everything right.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Linda. I want to hear from George and his sister. What does the PAL program mean to you? You see them?
They're muted. Yeah. Okay.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
And good morning. My name is Janai Guerrero.
And my name is George. And the PAL program has really opened our eyes ever since we have joined it. They have been committing to making sure everybody's all right, and teaching us how to be independent, and making sure we can keep ourselves in tact and make sure we're okay.
And also meeting new people, going for like the youth program, how when we travel, we do a lot of things, and we meet new people, we talk, and we answer questions, and it opens our eyes more, so we can learn more questions and understand more, and it really means a lot. And I really recommended for everyone.
Oh, very good. Very good statement on. And how do you feel about our police department? Do you know them?
It feels very good because we get to communicate with police officers, learn new things.
Good.
And they help us with our families too.
Yes, a lot.
Great, great. And you know, we have to thank our commissioners for approving a budget that allows us to do so many different things for our community. It's good. By the way, say hello to Mom for me, okay? Tell her I said hi.
Okay, I said
Yeah.
hi.
Hi. Yeah, but we have to thank our mayor and commissioners for everything that they do with programs like this. Did I see Commissioner Smuckler's hands up? Or
Yes.
okay.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so this is, I think, my favorite Zoom meeting of any Zoom meeting I've had. And first of all, many years ago, I've loved the Explorers. They're I can't describe it. They're so well behaved, so wonderful. And John Falome, you have always done such a wonderful job with them, and can't believe you're 37 years old. That's so old, but so old. But
Yeah.
you have grown with them. You have grown from them. You have become such a wonderful person, such a great man, and you have done such a wonderful job with these kids. And you know, the two kids that were just on, Denise's kids, I've always said Denise has such wonderful kids, so well behaved, and I'm sure that it has to do a lot because of her, but I'm also sure it has a lot to do with the PAL program. And I love the PAL program. I love the Explorers, and spending time with them whenever I see them makes me happy. And whenever I've seen what they become into, Stephen and Ashley, when I knew them when they were little, and now one is in the military, one is a police officer for us. Thank you. Thank you to our police department. Thank you to PAL. Thank you to Explorers. Thank you, John. And thank you also in the past, in the present, and the future to the commissioners that keep these programs going.
Yes. Thank you so much, Commissioner.
And thank you, manager, for allowing it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I'll tell you something. Today the numbers have rocketed, and we probably should have had maybe a longer time period for this, because there's just so much to be said. Because we've hit the magical mark of 50. We've never had this many on before, and these are just contacts. It doesn't mean like, you know, we're there or 2 or 3 people on the call. So it's a great thing. I want to. I know Major Rand is there, and he's looking He's looking on. He's Mr. Communicator, and I'll turn over to him soon, because, you know, we probably have 15-second sound bites here. So I'm going to see whether or not the DC can go with a 15-second sound bite. What are the values of our police department? Why is it that we have programs like this that engage the community? What are the values?
Well, I can tell you, manager and everyone, that, you know, as police officers in this profession, we're dedicated to making sure that we keep in constant contact with our community, that we help our community, that like I said before, it's not just about enforcing laws, it's also about changing light bulbs, like which I've done after going to an elderly person's home. You know, we also teach that even to all of our new recruits. We look for that in our new recruits. During our recruitment sessions, when we have individuals that we've just hired, we, you know, through probation, we give them different training in regards to bias-based profiling, fair and impartial treatment. We also, I'm sorry, that was a speaker in someone's background. We also engage our community policing officers to go out within the community and assist with quality of life issues. A lot of times individuals you know, they may just be having a bad day. And as professionals, we're not there to pass judgment. We're there to assist and help them, you know, get through the day and solve whatever issues that they bring forward. So we're definitely committed on an entire spectrum of this profession, working with the citizens, working with the city, because we're all one, because we all live here. We all live here. We spend so much time together, and we really value the people that we work with, and that we stand side by side to make sure that we have a great quality of life.
Great, thank you so much. And Major Rad, I just wanted to reach out to you because I, you know, when I look at you, you're communicating on everything. And why is it so vital to be reaching out to the youth within the community?
So I think that during these times, while we're in this crisis, it's important that we set a good example for our youth. I think that our youth are the future of this agency, as well as the future leaders of this country. And the examples that we set today are really going to set the tone for the future for our youth growing up. I can tell you that every day that I put on my uniform, my patch, and this badge, I'm absolutely 100% committed to this job, to this uniform, committed to doing the right thing, especially when nobody's looking. Our core values here at the North Miami Beach Police Department have been well vetted. We have dug our heels in. We're committed to making sure that we represent every single resident, visitor, and business owner with the most professional, ethical police services. And at the end of the day, it's our obligation to show the rest of the country that we are the best of the best, and that we care about our youth and everybody else in our community. I can't tell you how important that is to me, and that's the message that we need to spread to everyone.
You know, Major, and I want to thank the chief, because I know that he couldn't be on with us today, but you know, there's so many stories that are out there that we have not even bothered to speak about it, because it's just in the course of what we do. You know, the one that rings out to me as the most recent thing is the little girl riding on the Snake Creek Canal who fell over, was in danger, was rescued, lost her bike. But before she could even think about losing her bike, another one was bought out of the pocket of a police officer just to share with her and to replace her bike. These are some of the things that our police department does on an ongoing basis. Now, listen, I don't know everyone on here, but Linda, I just want to reach out to someone within your group, just for them to tell us what the police means to them, means to their age group, to their community. I don't know everyone.
I would like, I'm so proud of Jayla. Jayla knows, and I would like for Jayla to say something, and if you have time for Stephanie too. Congratulations, Jayla. She's going to bigger and better things, a college student now, and beginning already with her college studies. So I'm really proud of her.
So I want him just to speak a little bit about what our police department, I mean, the program, what does our police department mean to them? What do they see? Do they know a police officer? Do they know the name of, you know, that kind of thing?
Okay, so hi everybody, my name is Jayla Knowles and I'm a part of the North Miami Beach Police PAL, and honestly I want to say that I am highly blessed to even receive the opportunity to be a part of PAL, because without PAL I wouldn't be exposed to as many things that I were. I wouldn't be able to grow into the person and leader that I was destined to be, or that I need to be, so I can further my studies. I connected with a lot of new people from different areas, different states. I got to see different perspectives and careers. As far as the police officers, never in my life would I even thought I would be like creating a type of relationship like that with the police officers. I definitely get to see the better side of police officers, if that makes sense. Because, you know, there's a lot of like going on, there's a lot of negative things being said about police officers, but because I was exposed to PAL, I'm able to see that it's literally not like that for everybody. And it's probably not even like that for the majority of police officers, but I'm highly glad that I was blessed to be exposed to PAL and to receive all the opportunities that they have given me.
Thank you so much. And there was someone else, Linda, that you said, because we've got limited time.
Yes, Stephanie, Stephanie, or even Miss Martin, whichever one. Stephanie.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Stephanie Pineda. Like Jen said, I'm very blessed to be part of the Police Athletic League for North Miami Beach. It has helped me tremendously become and grow as a person. And basically, like Jayla said, I would have never thought I would have had a relationship like that with any of the officers, like I do with Detective Corman, Miss Linda, Officer Q. Never would have thought I would have had one, but I feel comfortable. I feel like I can have a conversation with them and not feel judged. Like it's been a blessing. They take me out of town. I've met many new people. They put me on a platform to meet people, to help me grow. Like it's been helpful for me.
Well said. Well said. Miss Martin, I think there are a few things you have to say. We're down to about 4 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That means a lot to our family. All the children have been part of it. They all did something with Miss Linda. And to piggyback what Jayla was saying, I was never able to think that I will be comfortable around police officer. And our police officers are really nice. They stop in the street, they say hi when they see us. They involve the children and everything. And we need of nothing. They've been checking on us during this hard time with the coronavirus. We see them in the streets. They engage with the children to check on them on school. And if they misbehave, you call as they answer. So, and I have one of my children, Miss Linda is very, very involved with him. And through her, I was able to cap his attention. And we send him away through her, because of her, with her help, we send him away so he could behave better. And he does much better. And he stay in touch with her. He asks for her. And matter of fact, when she called or Miss Cora or Coach Q, I don't say that's Miss Cora or Miss Linda. I say, oh, your second mama's calling. You better behave. It's a big family. I see the police department as a big family. And I was saying to them the other day when we first started seeing the protester, and I was like, it's kind of hard for us to, and we understand, but our police officers are so good on North Miami Beach. Or we don't hear those bad things that we hear about other police departments throughout the states and the country. So I was like, oh, I just hope they treat them well, because our police officers treat us really well.
Yes,
so,
we do. Thank you, because we value our police department. And I know that we're gonna be off right now. They're gonna cut us off. So I want to thank everyone for being here. I want to thank all the explorers. I want to thank everyone in PAL, the leadership within our police department. Thank you so much for making us be what we are. You know, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. And thank you all. Be safe, everyone. Just so you know, our census is up to 53.1 participation today. Spread the word. It's all about census. Be safe, North Miami Beach. Be safe. And thank you all for being here today. God bless you.
And thank you, manager.
God bless you.
Thank you for your leadership. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, guys and girls.
God bless you all.
Thanks, everyone.